welcome to Learn Chinese Now. Well, the travel period is coming up pretty soon for Christmas, so we're going to teach you some vocabulary for when you go on a plane trip overseas.
Cool. So let's start with the word for plane, Karen. What is that in Chinese?
It's 飞机.
So 飞 just means to fly, and 机 means a machine, doesn't it?
So it's a flying machine.
Yeah, this is very similar to words we've had before, like 手机 hand machine. And
cell phone.
If you're interested, cell phone, sorry. And if you're interested, helicopter is 直升机. And
I like that one because it means straight, elevated
machine.
Because
it flies directly up.
Up, yeah.
And the military fighter plane is called 战机. 战 just means war, so it's war machine. But the planes we're focusing on today are called 飞机.
Just your ordinary traveling airplanes. Yep.
Yep. It conjures up images of the Wright brothers, don't you think? 飞机. Anyway, let's come back to reality, to the 21st century.
Yes, where we have proper jumbo jets.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you hop on a plane, you've got to book a ticket.
And booking a ticket is called 订票. And this can also be called 订飞机票, or buy a plane ticket. And sometimes this is abbreviated to 订机票. You miss off the 飞.
So the character 订 is the character we use for booking, like making a booking for something. So it's booking a plane ticket, 订机票.
Now, so once you've 订your 机票, you're going to go to the 飞机场,
which is the airport.
Now, 飞机, as we know, means plane, and 场 means like a field, right? So it's like airfield. But also, like with 飞机票 and 机票, you can miss off the 飞, so you can just say 机场, and it implies an airport.
Yep. So after you get into the airport, normally there's a terminal from which your plane leaves. And a terminal in Chinese is called 航厦.
And there may be more than one terminal. In fact, there usually is. So you need to say the number of your terminal. So it may be 1号航厦 or 2号航厦, number 1, number 2, number 3, so on. So once I'm at the airport, I'm going to need a few things. So I need my plane ticket, my 机票, which often doesn't exist anymore. So, you know, maybe it's just like an electronic e-ticket that you printed out, or maybe it's an app on your phone that you just scan. And then I also, something very important is that I need my 护照. So make sure you bring your passport. And if you are going to a country that requires a visa, you need to make sure that your 护照 has a 签证 inside, or visa. Now, some countries, they allow you to travel there without a visa for a short period of time, and this is called 免签.
So 免 is like doing without, a waiver, and 签 is the short for 签证.
So in addition to my passport and my 机票 and my 签证, I need my 行李.
Luggage. I mean, you're going on a trip after all.
That's right. And to check in your luggage, it's called 托运.
So 托运, literally, the characters they mean, 托 is the character to drag or to bring along. 运 is the character for transportation. So, you know, it's kind of like dragging and transporting your luggage. 托运.
So the person checking you in may say, 你要托运几件行李.
And that means, how many luggage are you checking in?
So you can just say 一件, 两件, 三件. Well, hardly anyone
Usually
allows
2,
三件.
yeah, unless you want to pay extra.
Yep. So now there's an important part. Finding a good seat. So the person checking you in, usually they won't even ask you what seat you want, but you can ask them to give you, you know, a window seat or an aisle seat, or, you know, try to get near the front of the plane so when you get off, there's not a big line for the passport control.
Ben travels a lot, you see.
So I normally try to ask for my seat in perfect Chinese, so they're really impressed, and then they're like, wow, this Lao Wai is pretty awesome. I'm going to give him a really good seat. So the way you ask for a good, so the word seat is 位子 or 座位.
And an aisle is 走道.
And window is 窗户. So the way we ask for this, if you want a seat that is near the aisle, you'll say 我要靠走道的位子.
So 我要, I want. 靠 is to be next to something or close to something. 走道, aisle, 位子, seat.
That's right. And if you're one of those people who likes to sit near the window,
like me,
you can say 我要靠窗户的位子.
So basically the same thing as before, you just replace 走道 with 窗户. And then you'll have a window seat, hopefully.
Hopefully. Now, I also like to say another thing. I say 越往飞机的前面越好. So this is a grammar structure. Yeah, the more, and then yeah, the more. I think we taught it in one of our grammar videos, right? So, yeah, 往飞机的前面, the closer to the front of the plane, 越好,
The better.
So this is because when you get off the plane, there's going to be a long line to go through the customs and passport control. I like to be at the front of that line because, you know, I got places to go, people to see, important business meetings, and etc. So 越往飞机的前面越好. Now let's after we've booked our seat and, you know, we've gone through security and everything, we need to find the 登机门,
which is the gate that you're leaving from. And 登 is the character for boarding or going onto something. So 登机, 机 is short for 飞机, which is plane. 门 is the door, so where you board the plane.
And so once you've passed through the 登机门 and found your either 靠走道的位置 or your 靠窗户的位置, whatever you ordered, and hopefully it's
靠前面的.
靠前面的. Okay, you're gonna take off. So to take off in Chinese is called
起飞.
起飞.
So 起 is the character for starting, like 起床 is a character for rising, like getting up out of bed in the morning. So 起飞 is a character for flying, so taking off, 起飞.
So Karen, I think it's time for us to 起飞. So don't forget to 系安全带. That's fastening the seatbelt.
So 安全带 is your seatbelt. The characters 安全 is safety and 带 is belt. So it's your safety belt, your seatbelt.
And the verb to fasten it is 系. So we say 系安全带. Now Karen, I think it's time for us to 起飞. So let's get ready. Oh, I think we're going now.
This is my worst flight part.
Oh really? I love this part.
Because then you have like a million things that could happen on the plane
Yeah,
when you take off. Yeah.
You know, snakes on a plane. Anyway, so back to the learning Chinese video. So Karen, I kind of feel that this place we're in
Kinda
here,
cramped, right?
Yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
good. So that must be because this is 经济舱.
The economy class.
Yeah, which, you know, really sucks. But if you are lucky enough to be upgraded, or if your company pays for your ticket, you may find yourself in 商务舱.
Which is the business class.
And it's a lot nicer. Check this out.
Got a bit more room.
180-degree flat bed, food from award-winning chefs, extra. And if you really have money, or maybe you're the CEO or something,
I've learned Chinese now.
you may end up in 头等舱.
Which is the first class.
Now check this out. Wow, look at that. Is that a
I had wine.
leather whiting desk and champagne and wine?
Wow.
Personal, awesome stuff. So,
I've never been upgraded, so I really would love to be upgraded to like.
I've been in business class, but I've never been
Really?
in first class.
Huh.
First class is... This business class is very nice, but it's
Yeah.
not really luxury. Whereas first class is...
You have to fly in luxury.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as we fly on, there may be a few things we may encounter, which are not really things you want to encounter during the flight, but they may happen.
Such as 乱流, which is...
The character for turbulence,
So 乱 kind of like means messed up,
chaotic.
and 流 is kind of like a flow, right? So it's like the chaotic, messed up airflow.
Yeah,
Encounters air turbulence.
Turbulence.
Um,
And this could cause your plane to be delayed, which is called
误点, which is delayed. So while you're on the flight, you may require a beverage.
from.
So you may need to ask the 空姐 to come over and give you a wonderful beverage. Now, 空姐, it means air hostess, but it's an abbreviation for a
That's
longer
right.
word, right?
Yeah, so the full term is 空中小姐. So literally that means 空中 is in the air or in the space, 小姐 miss. So 空姐 is air hostess.
Now, I think, Karen, even though this time in 头等舱 has been really nice, I think it's about time for us to land. And to land in Chinese is called...
着陆.
So, 着, what does that mean, Karen?
It means to touch.
Okay, and 陆 means land, like 大陆, that kind of land. So, after you've landed, then we need to again take the passport and possibly the 签证.
签证.
And
You go to the 护照检查处.
which is the passport control. And you got to show your passport and they have
Sure
to
you are who you say you are.
they will 检查 your 护照.
So they will check your passport.
Okay, and then after the passport, you grab your 行李, and you're going to go through the 海关.
Which is the customs.
Now, the character 海 actually means sea, and 关 means a gate.
Or a
so,
pass.
A pass, yeah. So you can see where this character came from in the past when people traveled on boats rather than planes, and to go, you're coming from the sea, you have to pass this gate or
Border
this
control,
pass.
yeah.
It's border control. So
Now, whether it's you're traveling by plane or by sea, it's all called the 海关, which is the customs.
they didn't decide to call it 飞关.
Because that sounds weird.
That sounds weird, doesn't it? Okay, well, I hope that's provided you with enough vocabulary you need to travel on planes. And just one last parting thought. We've taught you before the little phrase to wish people off a safe journey, 一路顺风. Now, on a plane, we're not going to say that because we don't want any wind when they're on a plane, right?
Quite
to blow
fit
their
because
plane.
then you'll have the 乱流,
May the
which is
wind be with you. And
turbulence.
Yeah.
So instead, what you would say is 一路平安.
Yep, so 平安 just means peace or peaceful. So may your journey be peaceful.
And safe.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we hope that you have peaceful journeys this upcoming holiday season.
Bye-bye.
So which airline do you think has the best 空姐?
To be honest, it's not really something I think about. I think it's something guys
Yeah, perhaps.
generally care
I
more
always
about.
fly on China Airlines, 华航.
China Airlines,
yeah,
really?
when I go to Taiwan.
I like EVA Airlines just because they're
China Airlines
Taiwanese.
is 空姐. Well, but China Airlines is also Taiwanese. What do you think? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, this is China Airlines here. See, China Airlines.
Let's do that again. That sounds
And this
stupid.
is like the national flower of Taiwan. See?
It's 梅花.
Yeah, and their 空姐are really pretty. I think you could be a 空姐, Karen.
I could. I'm very
I think
caring.
you're pretty enough.
I'm
yeah.
pretty. Thank you, Ben. If I ever get fired from this job or I get tired of Ben, you might see me on a plane.
Yeah, maybe.
Bring your
You'll bump into
beverages.
her next time. On British Airways, it's like a guy,
But it's more often. So I think it's
Maybe
just
the
in Asian
ladies like that,
countries.
Maybe
Yeah.
if you're a woman flying, it'd be quite nice to be served by a guy.
By a guy. But as long as they're courteous and they're like, attentive and bring you what you need, I don't really care what
Or on
gender
British
they are.
Airways, sometimes it's
You'll
one
have
like
like
the
a
age of my
mom.
mom. It's more like a 空妈妈. 空妈.
空
Yeah, which is kind of nice. She's
Because
like,
they're really
oh,
caring,
hello,
right?
Yeah, would you like a cup of tea? Like that. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. No.
So, where do you like flying to, Karen?
Well, I don't really have a lot of time to travel, but I don't know. I would like to go to Europe, 欧洲. Take a trip to Europe would be nice, but it's a really long flight. I recently flew from the US to Australia.
Oh yeah, that's long, isn't it?
It's so long. It's like 12, 15 hours of flying. But it's fun.
Yeah. Well, the takeoff is fun, but once you're up there, it's just kind of like, oh, this is boring. After I've watched like 3 movies, and I'm still like, oh, come on.
I'm really bad at flying because when I fall asleep, I leave my mouth open. So I'm like sleeping like this, and I'm like half an hour, wake
So you
up,
get
and it's
kids
all
trying to,
dry.
like, throw things in
No,
there
I
or
don't
something?
sit with people like you. But then your mouth gets completely dry, and it's like, where's the 空姐? I need some water.
Yeah, I have some funny stories about, I always try to get the seat right at the front of the plane.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Do you actually get?
I
to
often
have that?
succeed, but
Really?
then one time I always organize my special seat, right? And then sometimes I arrive and then there's someone who hasn't made the decision. I book it 24 hours before on British
you
Airways,
choose
so you
your
can
seat,
with the
yeah.
app choose your seat, right? But then there's always someone who hasn't done that,
Yeah.
and they like, oh, my friend's sitting next to you. Can I sit in your seat and you swap with me? And then I'm like, oh, I booked, in my mind, I'm like, I booked this 24 hours before. What are you doing?
Get your
Why
act
didn't
together.
you get your act together? Don't you know how to fly? But, I can't do that. I have to be kind, on the surface. So I'm just sort of like, oh, sure, you sit in my seat. No problem, because obviously I
What
don't
a
want to
gentleman.
I don't want to be mean to people, So,
And then what do
then
you
I
do?
end up in my own. And last time I got there, and there was another kind of fat guy sitting there, and she'd obviously asked him first because her friend was next to him.
Yeah.
And then he said no, and I was next to her, so I said yes. Her friend can take my
Yeah.
seat, and I ended up sitting next to this guy, and this guy was like, good lad. But she'd obviously asked him first because he was sitting there before me. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I know this guy refused. That's why I'm ending up sitting here. But then this guy, how you got the armrest and there's often a fight over the armrest?
Yeah.
So this guy, he didn't use the armrest for the entire
Oh,
flight.
that's nice.
I think it was out of respect.
Because
he was
you were
like,
so
I didn't
nice.
move and this guy moved. So I'm
But
gonna-
yeah, yep. I don't like flights. Well, anyway.
Okay, well anyway, I think that's That's enough for for the bloopers.
Yes.
So, but if you want to be an SFU, suitable for upgrade,
Is
like
that
me,
real? Is that a real term?
that's a thing. Yeah, you can look it up on the internet. There's many articles about it.
SFU.
There's a few things you can do. One is be a member of a loyalty club program.
Okay,
So, for example, if it's British Airways, join their loyalty club.
Okay, like frequent flyers.
Yeah, frequent flyer, or if it's in an alliance, they normally have a frequent flyer. Then be a single person traveling alone, and try to wear something that looks smart.
Really?
Yes,
I
smart
have to
business
try
attire.
that. Do you have to be a man?
No.
So you can be a woman, dress up nicely.
Man or woman.
Travel by
if
yourself.
you're like not, obviously, they're not going to upgrade someone who's like 13, who's going to mess around.
Yeah,
And they're not
yeah.
going to upgrade someone who's wearing like a baseball cap and
Because the other
scruffy clothes.
passengers won't feel very good sitting with those people.
Exactly.
So you have to like
Business
look the
class,
part.
think about it, it's all going to be men with briefcases. Not men or women with
Yes.
briefcases and ties and looking all smart, you know?
Mm-hmm,
So if you look smart, you're traveling alone, and you're a member of a frequent flyer
They
program,
may
you're
upgrade
more
you.
likely to get upgraded if your class is full.
If that has worked for you guys, let us know.
Yeah, let us
I
know in
wanna
the
try
comments.
that,
It's
yes.
worked for me many times. So, all right, I think we better go now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.